I'm about to teach you how to run cover 3 match as an elite defense in Madden 25. But in order to do this, you need to know the 2 vital adjustments to take this defense from good to absolutely locked down. Let's get it. YouTube, what is up? It is your boy Duke, back here from sportsgamers.com. And today, we got a banger. I'm going to do a deep dive in how to run cover 3 match effectively, because most people, they try to run this defense and they don't really understand how to do it the correct way. This is a defense I've been running a lot of the year, and I have some tricks that I'm going to show you guys that will change the game for you. So first of all, you can run cover 3 match with many formations, many playbooks. For the purpose of this video, I am in the New England Patriots defensive playbook. Now, there are lots of different cover 3 match plays. A lot of people don't understand that either. You know, you have blitzes like cross 3 fire. You know, a lot of these cover 3 blitzes, they're technically our cover 3 match plays. Now, how do you even know this? Well, when looking at the play art on the screen, you guys can see you want to pay attention to those purplish zones. If those purplish zones are light pink, that means it's match. And if you see 3 deep zones, it's probably gonna be, hence the name, cover 3 match, right? Whereas if you see a play like cover 4 drop, look, those purple zones are literally purple, not light pink. So that's kind of how you can differentiate if it's a match play or not, if you're not familiar with it. That's one of the easiest ways to look at it. So you got your cover 3 blitzes that are matched, but then also you just have cover 3 match plays in general. Like look at cover 3 sky. That has the purple zones. That means that's a zone drop play. It's not matched. However, you look at cover 3 seam and you see that, oh, wait a second. Now we have the light pinkish zones. That means it's matched. Now, if we're gonna run a specific type of cover 3 match, I actually have one that I like a lot. And I don't like the cover 3 seam, because I don't want my safeties to be in the seam flats, the light pinkish zones. I actually don't like that at all. I prefer running the cover 3 buzz seam, because that will have basically defenders in the slot, whether it's nickel, dime back, whatever, you know, they're in the light pink seam flats. I want the safeties in the deep zones and then a hook zone. I don't want the safeties in seam flats because I'm actually going to user one of the safeties. I don't want to be using a seam flat. That defeats the purpose. So I'm going to take a look at the play cover 3 buzz seam. Now, first of all, guys, what is one of the best things about running cover 3 match? It is the seam flats. So you have a situation where, you know, if your seam flats, you're noticing that, you know, they do a great job of stopping the meta for the most part. What is the meta? It's a lot of return routes, a lot of whip routes. And you guys can see here, if I try to throw that, I mean, that's a pick. It's completely caged. And that's very unique because most coverages literally have no chance. They have no chance at all. Now, for me, you know, I never want to be controlling a seam flat. I want to be controlling one of these hook zones. Now, the first key to running this correctly is knowing which way to have, you know, the safety in the third. The safety in the third is a huge key to this defense because a lot of people will get beat by verticals and they don't even understand why. Or they might be getting beat by running back wheel routes, they don't even understand why. Because the biggest weakness to this defense is if you don't know how to basically make up for the fact that your seam flats, they can get beat on vertical routes. They are very good at defending whips, returns, routes over the middle, slants, posts, whatever, but any sort of like certain vertical route combos will destroy you. So we're gonna show you guys how to protect yourself from this. So one of the biggest route combos that will kill you if you don't know what you're doing is basically just a running back wheel route with an isolated receiver. In this case, we're gonna put him on a post. So this route combo right here is one of the biggest problems if you're playing cover 3 match, and if you don't know what you're doing, you might give up a one-play touchdown because the seam flat, like I said, while it does a great job of stopping the routes over the middle, the whips, returns, post slants, whatever, they get cooked vertically, and a running back wheel is one of the easiest ways to do that because you'll see that, you know, this deep zone, he's gonna match the post, and then basically, like I said, certain vertical routes will kill seam flats. The running back wheel does just that, and that's a touchdown. So how can I stop this route combo? this is probably the most annoying route combo to deal with when you're in cover 3 match, because you never want someone to just be able to wheel the running back out the backfield and get a one-play touchdown. Now, there's a few different things you can do. There's one in particular that I prefer to do the most. Now, before I get into that, if you're new to the channel, guys, hey, make sure you subscribe to the channel, drop me a like, comment on the video. If you want more fire content like this, I do drop daily Madden 25 content. Also, check out my second channel for college football 25 content, which is Sports Gamers CFB. I have that linked in the comments and the description as well. Now, the first thing we're going to do, anytime I'm going up against trips, because you'll see verticals, that's another common theme people want to run. But I always want my safety in the inside third on the side of the trips. Okay, that's very important, and you'll see why later. So if I'm going to play this coverage against a formation like this, I'm going to use the safety in the hook zone. Now, obviously, like, I could just run over there myself and guard it. I don't really want to do that. So if I see that somebody is aware of this route combo, simply what I'm going to do is put these, basically the corner on the one receiver side that also has the running back, I'm going to put him in a deep half. A deep half adjustment is to the right on the right analog stick, and you'll see his deep zone is now different. So what's going to happen here is if they run the same play, and you know me, I'm using this kind of the hook zone, and I'll watch that post over the middle. But you guys can see here, that no longer gets open. Now, I accidentally stick switch off the hook zone. I didn't mean to do that. But why did it not get open? Well, it's pretty simple. Look, this deep zone on the left of the screen, it no longer follows my post. See, it acts like it does, but then it lets it go. Now I can use it with the hook zone. If you're looking to become a better Madden 25 player and win more games, check out sportsgamers.com. This is where I post all my premium content. You get all my offensive and defensive schemes, ebooks, weekly tips, blitzes, money plays, bombs, and more. I have all the best content available at the cheapest prices available anywhere. Sign up today for as little as $9.95. Click the link in the description. I also pinned it in the comments. Let's win more games and dominate together, boys. And now, because the seam flat has help over the top, he actually doesn't even get beat. You guys can see he's actually in front of the running back. Oh, my job here when I make this adjustment with the deep half is to watch the middle of the field, specifically that post. But you guys can see here, like, even if they just try to lob it up, that's just not open, because not only is he not getting beat now with the deep half over there, but even if he does somehow, the deep half is waiting there to pick the ball off. So this does a really great job of stopping the people who want to try to run the post wheel route combo. It's just simply no longer going to work. And as you guys see here, the rest of the play is completely caged. The whips, corners, you know, everything else is completely caged, okay? Now, one of the other more common things people want to do is literally run for verticals. Whether it's, and mostly from trips formation. So like, let's say we run verticals here from trips, trade flex, whatever. Okay, so again, I'm just running this cover 3 bust seam. I have auto flip on base alignment. You guys can see here, by default, this is the problem. A lot of people don't realize which side of the field each safety zone really should be. By default, what's going to happen is, in this place specifically, in a lot of cover 3 matches against this formation, the safety in the third is going to be on the Titan side and not the trip side. So you might not think much of that, but watch what happens here. Well, because of that, now, you know, I might get lobbed over the top. And, you know, luckily, Surtain was able to make a basically a great play, recover really fast. But you can see, like, that's scary. Like, that, I mean, I feel like that should have been a touchdown. I mean, y'all tell me. I mean, I have a step. I guess maybe Surtain's length just saved him here, but he's beat. He is beat, and the safety cannot make a play because he's not in position. That very well could have been a touchdown. Like, that's one of those 50-50 things. We don't want that. So basically, guys, anytime you're going up against a trips formation, especially like trade wide flex, trips, Titan flex, trips, Titan, any of those, you have to make sure, and I'm just going to flip my play here to get it. You have to make sure the safety in the third is on the side of the trips. Then you always control the hook zone, but you always want to be opposite the trips. And the reason why is if you're opposite the trips, now the safety in the deep zone is on the trip side, so you can be responsible for those posts and crossers coming over the middle that you can latch onto. But now, like, if they try to throw the vertical route, you can see the huge difference here. I mean, that's just like, there's no chance that's a completion. Before, we got lucky. A play was made, but now there's no getting lucky. That's just not open. You guys can see the safety. He's in the third on the trip side. He's going to react to that easily and pick that off every time. Now, it is important to note, though, when you're on the hook zone by the safety opposite the trips, what your responsibility is. And that's basically, like I said, a crosser or a post. So like here, verticals has exactly that. You guys see that receiver over the middle on the post, crosser, whatever you want to call it. I watched that. And then like you guys can see here, the drag by the tight end, he is matched over here by, who is this? Is this Watts? Maybe Watts? I think this is Watts. Well, whoever that is, he matched him. I did my job. They did their job. It's a cage. Guys, I can promise you, if you employ these 2 simple tips into running cover 3 match, you're going to put a lot of people into a cage, because most players have no idea how to beat cover 3 match if they simply can't lob vertical routes over the top, whether it's the seam streaks or the running back wheels. If you know how to take those away, you're going to put people in cage. They're not going to be able to throw their whips, their returns. You're going to get a lot of stops. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Smash that like button.